You know, or have you realised? I'm sorry, random little rants burst out into my head, and I'm just like, nope, gonna burst out into video now. So, I'm sorry, I'm good. Okay, so, humans are meant to be like the evolutionary top chain in the freaking animal kingdom. Why am I saying freaking now? I've said fuck like this whole video. And we've evolved so far, and that involved adaptability and change, constant change, and realizing what is better and accepting that and going for that. And now we've reached this point of being such stubborn little creatures that we don't want to change. And that's just odd. Also, I thought that's not what was supposed to happen. And what if a lot of these tinkerings in our mind make it where change is harder from the things that we're eating? Like, you know, whenever I was on fast food and, changing was harder, grasping anything, doing anything was harder. The idea of changing my entire diet was like, dude, you don't see the McChicken 5 feet away? I just give him $2 and then it's mine, like, so, but the idea of cooking was hard and difficult, and if I hadn't already done it and, like, learned that it was actually easier and far more tasty and scrumptious and mouth delightful, probably never would have done it. So these things could even be causing that freaking stubbornness, and, I'll restart the human species. Be very afraid. I'm gonna choose a really freaking healthy mate, too. Maybe I'll even self-evolve to where I can just have babies without a man. Yeah, that's how cool I'm going to be. So, on some happy notes, actually, while being on this, organic, cage-free mind again, okay, so if I had to be more specific, which I don't have to be, but I will, was like, an organic pork roast, and carrots, and wine, and heavy cream, and bacon, and happiness, and some, lettuce that was, like, farm fresh, and actually tasted bitter, which means my mouth hasn't actually adapted to the taste of real lettuce, which is freaking scary. Like, what have I been putting in it all this time? Because something is bitter, then your body isn't used to it. It's like, take that out. We haven't accepted it yet as a nutrient source, you know, because back in the day when people had to scavenge for stuff, and it was new, their mind didn't know if it was, you know, good enough so the body triggered into a, don't eat this, it can kill you type of thing, which is when you taste bitterness. And that's why eventually it tastes good, is because your body is like, accepted it. Okay, so, yeah, I was having an issue with, obsession, and it's something I've dealt with, like, all my life, and it just kind of rebounds from one place to another, you know. I'll be like, oh, I'm over obsession, and then realize that it just bounced onto either, like, writing or usually people. It bounces onto people most often. And this time, I was able to rebound that emotion, because I was, like, caught up on this human, and I knew that it was the obsession, tinkerings, and I hated it. It's like, he wasn't even that awesome. It was just like, I'm gonna cling myself over here. It's to, like, where you try to think of other stuff throughout the day, and then it's just like, boing, we're gonna go over here. And I'm like, care, like, if what I was doing, if they would find it annoying, like, almost revolve my life around them. It was so frustrating, and consuming it, and it's always just rebounded, and I became aware of it completely, you know, accepted what it was, and then went on a date with another person, and it went away from human A, and didn't rebound on a human B, and then I, like, searched my mind to see if it obsessed elsewhere, and just no, it's like, the obsession is gone, and it was already more mild for that person, so I was able to break those connections in my head of obsession, and get rid of them, and that was absolutely wonderful. Also, my ADHD levels have calmed down to where I can do stuff again, and, like, negative things aren't, like, super consuming, they're just like, oh, let me figure out how to fix that, and then it goes away. I don't even, like, grudge it, or it doesn't stick to my head, like some type of grudge glue, you know, so it's really freeing and lovely, and I've had, like, no suicidal thoughts for like 2 days. Like, I'll still have, like, little existential tinkerings that can, like, feel it go back into them, and they're just not even there. And I was able to, like, socialize with new people and not freak out over it. At the first party, kind of, yeah, because little tinkerings that were felt from, like, past traumatizing things, but then, and then meeting new people, like, they were all new, and I didn't really, like, click super well with any of them, but then, like, the second one, there was, like, so much bonding and happiness and drinking, and just, I wanted to stay at that one for, like, hours. And they were, like, all new people. Like, none of them are actually base connections. I've known all of them for, like, maybe 2 weeks, and it was fantastic, so Redirecting mind tingles. Fuck yeah.